Be wary of early Starfield reviews. Starfield will not be reviewed fairly. Here's why, and let me tell you, there are a lot of reasons. The first reason I want to cover is hype and expectations. With the game as big as Starfield, a new IP from Bethesda Games, first new IP in 25 years, there's probably going to be a lot of people who are overhyped about this game. They may have built this game up to be something in their head that it's not, and they may have these very high, unrealistic expectations of the game.
What the fuck is that?
Overhype has happened with a lot of games like this in the past, including other Bethesda titles. Fallout 76 comes to mind.
It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. It allows us to have 16 times the detail.
People have been waiting a while for Starfield to actually be released, and with it releasing in less than a month, expectations are very high. If the game doesn't perform to some of the expectations that people have set by themselves for this thing, the reviews can be a little negative at the start. So you need to be extra careful of people who have super high expectations of this game that are only reviewing it negative because they're disappointed it didn't meet those expectations and not on the game's merits itself. This game is out of this world huge, and if you're looking to play this game on PC, you're going to want an out of this world PC to handle it. Check out Starforge Systems. Y'all have all already heard of Starforge System by this point, I'm sure. It's the PCs brought to you by your favorite content creator. And if you go to their website through the QR code on the screen or the link in the description below, you can purchase yourself a new PC and support the channel in the process. So don't forget to check out Starforge to get an out of this world PC to conquer the Starfield universe. With the easy one out of the way, let's talk about the next reason why Starfield might not be reviewed fairly. Bethesda is a very cherished studio by some. You'll have some Bethesda fanboys and girls that love Bethesda for everything that they do. On the other hand, you also have people that absolutely hate Bethesda because they're a large studio. People are still upset because of the recent release of Redfall, which was a Bethesda title.
No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Preconceived notions about the developers can lead to overly positive reviews and also overly negative reviews. Again, not on the game's merits, but due to how people feel about the publishers at hand. And we all know Bethesda. They have made some amazing games in the past, but they have also had some total flops. Complete trash, garbage. So make sure if you're watching some early reviews that you're not watching someone who's just attacking Bethesda because they don't like them or are a little too, dick righty, if you know what I mean. And along with the Bethesda fanboys and girls that you may have to be dealing with over here, you also have to remember that Microsoft purchased Bethesda not that long ago. That means that this game is actually releasing on the Xbox and PC, but not PlayStation. So when you're watching reviews, this is going to be another big thing to watch out for. There's a good chance you're going to have Xbox fanboys, since this game is kind of an Xbox exclusive other than PC, that are going to be rating this game highly simply because PlayStation can't play it. We all know the types of people that do this. It doesn't make any sense to me personally, but to each their own, I guess. On the opposite end of that spectrum, if any PlayStation fanboys get a chance to review this game, there's also a good chance that they're going to review it a little harshly or a little bit more negatively than they would just because it's not available on PlayStation. Due to this, we're going to get a lot of hyper-polarized reviews, I feel, at the beginning when the game is first released, as there's going to be a lot of reasons why people want this game to succeed or want it to fail, other than the game's actual gameplay itself and how the game feels as a complete title. This one here is going to be a fun one. We all know that Bethesda has released some titles in the past with lots of bugs. We've all seen the highlights of Skyrim and Oblivion and all the crazy things that can happen. And with games of this scope that Bethesda is known for, there are bound to be bugs that have not been fixed. That being said, we all know that there's going to be entire videos dedicated to funny bugs and funny moments that are found throughout Starfield. You're going to see them flooding your timeline as the game comes out, people recording all the funny moments. Keep this in mind. Just because you're seeing a lot of those concentrated and brought together in one place does not mean that the general experience of the game is that filled with bugs. So don't let that dissuade you into feeling like the game is broken when it might not necessarily be broken. I remember back when Skyrim came out, I saw hundreds of bugs and videos, funny things happening in people's games. But when I played through the game myself, I hardly encountered anything. Definitely not a lot of things that were game breaking, and usually some things that were just pretty funny. So keep that in mind when you're seeing all these highlight reels, that the game may not be as broken as it appears to the average player in their experience. I think it's been very well made aware that when the game releases on the Xbox, that it is going to be 30 frames per second. This is a performance choice. While many people would prefer 60 frames per second, 30 is playable and shouldn't dissuade you from playing the game. Many games are locked to 30 frames per second. But there are going to be a lot of people, when they make the reviews, that use this as a sticking point. Like, oh, well, the game isn't playable in 60 frames per second. If that is something that bothers you, I fully understand. And if that's enough to deter you from playing the game, then, don't play the game. However, if you think you can look past it not being 60 frames per second, I feel we need to see how the game itself plays, the story goes, and things like that to truly judge if it's a good game or not if it's just super smooth as you're running around. Starfield is an immense game. It spans an entire galaxy with so many planets to visit. Now, there's only a few of those planets that are going to have like cities, hubs, concentrated areas, but there are a lot of planets to explore and side missions and things on all of these planets to do. It is going to be a huge game. There are going to be a lot of people who are trying to get out the earliest reviews possible in order to gather the views and everything like that. So it's crucial to understand that some of these early reviews, they don't have enough time to actually play through most of the game. They're playing through an early part of the game. They're judging getting an early opinion as fast as they can, where they can throw together what they feel is the best approximation of what the game is and get the review out as soon as possible. Be wary of some of these reviews. With them being so rushed, oftentimes things are missed, and they may not understand or find out that something happens further on in the game that changes things or fixes the problem that they were experiencing in the beginning. So any review that's rushed to be first, unless they've been given an early copy of the game and have already played through the game before the game's actual release, don't have the full experience of the game to write the review on, and so just kind of take those with a grain of salt. With Starfield being a huge release for Game Pass, this is a huge chance for Bethesda and Microsoft to really sell the product that Microsoft's been pushing. I personally think that Game Pass is a fantastic deal. I'm a Game Pass subscriber and I play a lot of games through Game Pass. But with that comes the potential for some false marketing or even some kind of, in some way, paid for reviews that could happen in order to kind of make this game, hype this game up and make it seem like it's bigger and try and sell more copies. So make sure when you're choosing someone's opinion that you choose one that you trust, and not just any random opinion that's been given, because there's probably going to be a lot, and there's probably going to be a very wide mix of reasons why some people love the game and some people hate it.
Today I'll be giving you guys a review of Elden Ring. Essentially, don't buy this game.
And the Game Award goes to Elden Ring. Congratulations to From and Bandai Namco.
One of the quickest ways to get noticed online is through offering a contrary opinion to what the majority of people are thinking. This drives a lot of outrage clicks and clickbait you into watching, even if the creator doesn't actually hold that opinion. So if the game tends to be massively well received by the audience, and you start seeing some people that are saying that the game is complete trash and they don't seem to have any real reasons why, just be aware that they may be just giving a contrarian opinion in order just to drive clicks. With all these factors going in, now you understand why Starfield just is not going to be reviewed fairly. We're going to have people on both sides either giving overly positive reviews or overly negative reviews for various reasons. So a lot of the early reviews are going to be skewed heavily one way or the other, and it's probably going to be a little bit of a minefield trying to find the reviews that truly give you an honest review of the game and its experience. There is some good news, however. For people who have bought the premium access to the game, they will actually get the game 5 days early. So if you're wanting to see how the game performs on some of the different platforms, and get kind of a little bit of a review, you can use those 5 days to kind of judge if the game's worth purchasing on day one or the official day one. And the game is also going to be available on Game Pass, so if you have a Game Pass subscription or would like to get a Game Pass subscription in order to play this game, it'll be a little bit cheaper than having to buy the game outright. This will allow you to play the game out for yourself, and if you decide that you do want to own the game, you can still purchase it with a discount if you still have the Game Pass subscription. And don't forget to hit the like button if you liked the video, and subscribe if you'd like to see some more and gameplay video. I do intend on playing Starfield when it comes out. Hope to see you there. And if you enjoyed watching this video, why don't you check out this one here on if you should play Subnautica. If you haven't played Subnautica already, it's a great video for you. There's no spoilers. Watch it.